Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And the hashtag, before I go into the nation's sharpest opinion for the next section, is hashtag Arvind don't skip. Arvind Kejriwal, don't do this. Don't make it clear to everyone that you don't want to face the investigating agency. Arvind, don't skip. It's amply clear to me today that the opposition is determined to frustrate the investigating agencies by skipping the summons of the Enforcement Directorate. And my prediction is that when this leads to a situation of the agencies having no option but to approach the court for a non-bailable warrant, the entire opposition will come together and say democracy is dead and the right-wing fundamentalist government in India is jailing top opposition leaders. My prediction is that then they will activate an entire machinery, both within India with their loyal boots and Lutyens and their cabals in the Western media, to create a narrative against the Modi government about freedom of speech and the death of democracy, all timed to the heels of 2024. Because I don't see it as divorced happenings that Hemant Soren skipped for the 7th time the ED summons that came his way. And for Arvind Kejriwal, he has skipped it for the 3rd time. But Arvind Kejriwal's reply is classic. He's skipping the summons for the 3rd time and then writing and telling the ED in highly legal jargon why the ED is not responding to his questions. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, these are agencies, they go by a process. An investigation is not a script. There are summons, witnesses, statements, and an entire process of proving it before a court of law. How can Arvind Kejriwal and his India Alliance partners get so arrogant that they don't simply appear before the Enforcement Directorate? How can they get so insular that they don't seem to see that there is a larger investigation and an answerability to the law and order agencies? And if they think that this is outright defiance, this broken record of theirs in what seems to be an overdone, overtold and overfailed script of democracy in danger is going to get them past 2024's finishing line, then they really have to do some introspection. Because the electorate, in my view, is not going to buy this anymore. One day they say we are going campaigning, one day they say we have to do meditation, we have to go for Vipassana, and now we are hearing about Rajya Sabha polls and Republic Day. India is seeing through it, INDI. That's my view. Let's debate.
It's become a tradition. Kejriwal has skipped ED summons. This is the 3rd time the Delhi Chief Minister has skipped ED summons.
अरविंद केजरीवाल घबराए हैं, इसलिए मन ही मन कह रहे हैं लागा चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे, किया है भ्रष्टाचार ईडी के पास जाऊं कैसे.
This time his excuse, busy with Republic Day preparations.
Ducking the ED summons 3rd time seems to be political strategy for Delhi Chief Minister and AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal. Using the legal loophole of multiple summons before an arrest warrant can be issued, he seems to be building political rhetoric. First time he was busy with the state assembly elections. 2nd time he was in a Vipassana course. And this time he says that his hands are full with Delhi Rajya Sabha polls. Clearly, the ED has to run the course.
The ED wants to question Kejriwal in the Delhi liquor scam in which AAP Sisodia is already in jail. BJP has questioned Kejriwal's evasive strategy.
निश्चित तौर पर जो लोग राजनीति में आने से पहले ईमानदारी की दुहाई देते थे, आज सबसे बड़ी बेईमान पार्टी आम आदमी पार्टी बनी है.
जहां जहां पैसे अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने दिए हैं उनका हिसाब है. अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के पास इन चीजों का जवाब नहीं है. अगर होता तो जब संजय सिंह के लिए बोलते थे, जो लोगों के बच्चों की बात थी, संजय सिंह जाएंगे जेल जी, ये जेल में रहेंगे जी, मनीष सिसोदिया जेल जाएंगे जी, ये शहीद भगत सिंह है जी, इनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. लेकिन जब अपनी बात आई तो हवा निकल गई.
कट्टर बेईमान अरविंद केजरीवाल जो कभी ये कहते थे कि भारत से भ्रष्टाचार को खत्म करना है, ये दीमक है. आज भारतीय राजनीति का वो भ्रष्टाचारी दीमक बन गए हैं जिनको ये गलत फहमी है, ये गुमा है कि मैं कानून से ऊपर हूं.
Today, once again, Mr. Kejriwal has skipped the 3rd summons also. This shows that चोर की मूंछ में तिनका जरूर है. that there is something to hide, therefore he's acting like an absconder and like a criminal.
In a detailed letter, the Delhi Chief Minister has questioned the ED's intent. AAP once again reiterated the political vendetta claim.
ठीक लोकसभा के चुनाव से पहले जब सारे दल और केंद्र सरकार खुद लोकसभा के चुनाव की तैयारी कर रही है, उन चुनावों की कैंपेन से पहले मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को गिरफ्तार करने की साजिश केंद्र सरकार कर रही है, ताकि मुख्यमंत्री लोकसभा चुनाव की कैंपेन में ना जा पाए, उनको जेल में बंद कर दिया जाए।
Is skipping summons a new INDI trend? Let's debate.
I'm going to have a live poll through Republic World, and my question is skipping the ED summons going to hurt Arvind Kejriwal? Yes or no? If you feel this is going to hurt Arvind Kejriwal, you can say yes. If you feel it's going to help Arvind Kejriwal by skipping the ED summons, you can say help. So the two choices are hurt or help. Akshay Marathe, is he afraid, I mean, of specific questions being put to him in the context of Liquorgate? Because he'll have to go on record,
Arnab,
and when you appear before the ED, you're making a statement under particular provisions of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, which are very valid in courts of law. It's superior to Section 164 statement. So if Arvind Kejriwal goes before the ED, every statement of his will be on record and can be used against him. So maybe he's worried on that count.
Yeah, Arnab, I can say on record today that Arvind Kejriwal is afraid of going to ED because he has not accepted their offer of joining the BJP. And the record of the ED shows that if you join the BJP, they lose the prosecution case against. Case point, December 2, Chhagan Bhujbal's case, the ED said in court officially that we have lost the case against Chhagan Bhujbal because Chhagan Bhujbal ji has joined the BJP in their alliance. Similarly, with Ajit Pawar, ED has not summoned him even once after he has joined the Bharatiya Janata Party alliance. So yes, Arvind Kejriwal is scared because he has not accepted the BJP's threatening tactics that if you don't fall in line, we will arrest you. And this is not just what Arvind Kejriwal thinks. BJP is saying
I ask
it
you one
openly.
thing, a question being, a follow-up question to you, Akshay Marathe, is that in the context of your original statement, 1 minute, Akshay Marathe, my second question to you is this. Isn't it very, very selfish of Arvind Kejriwal to make all his leaders go to the ED, face the law, and avoid going himself? Typical Arvind Kejriwal behavior.
Excellent question.
It is typical BJP behavior that they have allowed Ajit Pawar and Chhagan Bhujbal to go scot-free because they have joined the BJP. Do you have no questions to ask of the ED today, Arnab? Why is ED only chasing Arvind Kejriwal and opposition parties? Why not Ajit Pawar and Chhagan Bhujbal? Chhagan Bhujbal, by the way, went to jail for 2 years in that case.
One more question to you as a quick counter, and then Sanju wants to come into the debate.
No longer under the scanner.
Thank you for asking me. Thank you for asking me a question which is not appropriate. I'll tell you why. Because this matter about the alleged malice of the agencies was the fundamental reason why you took this matter along with other opposition parties to the Supreme Court. Through your lawyer Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the Supreme Court sent you packing and upheld the rights of the Enforcement Directorate to summon and call various people in cases of corruption. So there's no business you have asking me the question.
Who joined
you took that
BJP.
question to the Supreme
Except
Court.
people
The
who joined
Supreme Court
BJP.
sent you
Let's not
packing
forget.
back.
They have all the powers to summon anybody.
No,
They
you
will
made
summon
all these
anybody
arguments in the court and the court rejected
unless
it.
you have
made all
joined the
these
BJP,
arguments
then
in
they
the
will not
court.
summon you.
You made all these arguments in the court. In 1 minute, you made all these arguments in the court. And my question is, I'll put that properly, is skipping the ED summons going to help or hurt Arvind Kejriwal? The two options are help or hurt.
My childhood
help or
hero,
hurt. Can we
Arnab
put that
Goswami,
in the right
who
context?
used to challenge corruption and Ajit Pawar, today is defending Ajit Pawar.
I'm sorry.
Why are you
1 minute. Are Baba, listen to me. One minute. Now I'll have to tell you, Prop. First of all, let me tell you, I'll have to respond to this, and Sanju, don't disturb me. I know that Arvind Kejriwal is much older to me, but that doesn't make me a child. The second question is in 2011, 2012, right? When I was exposing all those cases, Arvind Kejriwal was a nobody, right? He latched on to the exposes that I did. I supported Anna Hazare's agitation. He backstabbed Anna Hazare. So I think it is, but he did go on record in an interview with me. With me, he came to my studio and he said, I swear on my family, I will never join politics. Okay? Nobody is my childhood hero, sir, except my maternal grandfather, Gaurishankar Bhattacharya. As far as you are, he is no Malcolm X or Abraham Lincoln that he is going to be my childhood hero. Now now I'm getting Sanju to respond. Is this going to help or hurt, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you.
The two options are help or hurt. Help or hurt. The question is to be phrased, Bob. The question I've said, help or hurt. These are the two options. Thank you. He's skipping the summons. And Sanju Verma, he says he has the right to do so.
You know, you can't expect the BJP
Okay, debate is on. Sanju Verma now.
National television. I listened to Akshay Marathe very patiently, very intently. Now I deserve the same courtesy. And Arnab, I was not even disturbing you. I can understand if you don't want to indulge me, but please don't take offense when I've not even started speaking. Thank you. Okay. On a more serious note, you know, I have this to say, though Arnab has summarized some of the points fabulously, but just to put things in context. Point number one, under section 52 of the PMLA Act of 2002 and 2005, the Enforcement Directorate is well within its rights to summon anyone it deems fit pertaining to any ongoing investigation. And then section 11 of the PMLA Act says, can I finish, please? I did not
Ajit Pawar is protected. You should say that.
Arnab, I refuse to debate because this is not the way to debate. He's been heckling me and you have done zilch to moderate this man. Did I heckle you, Akshay Marathe? Please hold your horses.
Continue.
Show some politeness.
You had 8 minutes at the start, Akshay. Come on now. Akshay, you had 8 minutes at the start. You had 8 minutes at the start. So let her make her points known. And we have time.
Thank you.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you for showing small mercies to me, Akshay Marathe. Okay. Now coming to the moot point. Section 11 and Section 2P of the PMLA Act actually go so far as stating that the Enforcement Directorate enjoys, quote unquote, sweeping and substantive powers under Section 17, 18, 27 and 45 to even do a suo moto arrest. Because remember that the Enforcement Directorate is not only a statutory body, but it has quasi-judicial powers of a civil court via the Central Vigilance Commission Act of 2003. This is the second point. Third point, I remember when Manish Sisodia was arrested, Arvind Kejriwal said, "Ye to Bhagat Singh ke avatar hain." When Satyendra Jain was arrested, Arvind Kejriwal said, "Arey, inhe to Bharat Ratna milna chahiye, ye to Raja Harishchandra ke avatar hain." When Sanjay Singh was arrested, Arvind Kejriwal said, "Inko to Nobel Puruskar milna chahiye." My simple question is this. Okay, if hypothetically I have to buy your argument that the Enforcement Directorate is indeed the BJP's handmaiden, if the Enforcement Directorate is indeed anti-opposition, pro-BJP and draconian, can you tell me one simple question? The trial court, the Patiala House Court, the Sessions Court, the Rouse Avenue Court and the Supreme Court denied bail 8 times to Manish Sisodia, 4 times to Sanjay Singh, 12 times to Satyendra Jain, and if Arvind Kejriwal, since he has not now complied with the third summon, he has no business crying because the PMLA Act says after the third summon, the Enforcement Directorate, sensing non-compliance, can undertake a suo moto arrest.
Okay.
And if that happens with Kejriwal, let him not cry on national television. Let him not whine and sulk on national television. I want to ask you one question. Just one question, Akshay Marathe, one question. Supreme Court said 3 months back that tentatively a money trail of rupees 338 crore has been established. Now tell me, is the Supreme Court lying? Where is that 338 crore? Was it pocketed by Sisodia? Satyendra Jain, or was it pocketed by Sanjay Singh?
Okay, whenever you finish talking, just give me some kind of signal.
Where did that 338 crore disappear?
Are you done? Are you done?
Where did the
Can I speak?
338 crore vanish? Is it not true
Okay,
that
can
the
you allow
Delhi
me to
Excise
speak now?
policy was in violation of the Delhi Excise Act of 2009, the Delhi Excise Rules of 2010, the Delhi Administration Act of 1966, the excise policy was in violation of the NCPD Act of 1993, the GNCT Act of 1991, and the Transactional
Madam,
Business
at
Rules
this point,
of 1993.
you are just making up numbers and
You made
figures
a
and
faulty
anything you want to
policy.
say, because
You
I'm trying to be
from your
polite here.
public
Once you're done
position,
talking,
you
Arnab, this
engaged in
is
pecuniary
exactly,
benefits. You
this can go
engaged
on
in
and on and
quid
on.
pro
If you don't
quo.
stop such
You
Verma, how
changed
am I
the commission
want
from
to
5% to 12% to benefit a certain cartel. Then, when your confidants like Sisodia and Sanjay Singh are arrested, Arvind Kejriwal has the temerity, the audacity, the gumption, the brazenness to actually level allegations at the ED. Ulta chor kotwal ko daante. चोरी ऊपर से सीना जोड़ी, चोरी ऊपर से हेरा फेरी.
Now this is
ना तो आपकी सीना जोड़ी चलेगी,
this
ना
aspect,
आपकी हेरा फेरी
Akshay.
चलेगी.
Now, Sanju, I am intervening now. Thank you. This issue, I'm coming back to you, Akshay, in a minute. Firstly, I want to say that appearing before the ED, Rajat and Akashdeep is not like an open source examination where you can Google search your way to what answers you should give to the questions that are given to you in advance, right? So I think it is outrageous of him to demand almost what the ED will ask him, in what capacity he's being brought. Whether he's being called as an individual, as the president of the AAP, or as the Delhi Chief Minister, is a surprise that awaits him when he goes for the questioning. Akashdeep, he's saying the ED ought to answer on what basis they are calling him, for what reason. If he's a law-abiding citizen, it is his job to go, find out and answer. Because there are very serious issues that happen here. Now, question is that there is a person called Vijay Nair who is described by Arvind Kejriwal as his boy, right? As his boy.
Who has
now,
said
what is
that?
the link
Who has said
between Vijay Nair?
Arnab,
Now
who has
you
said
come.
that? Who are you quoting?
Very good. Tell me one thing. First of all, very good. Akashdeep, Akshay, one minute. Akshay, tell me. Is it true or not? Is it true or not? Is it true or not? By the way, that question, that answer is very interesting. Either people have not understood the context. Only 95% of the people feel that skipping the summons will help Kejriwal. I find that answer interesting because I believe it won't. I think it will hurt him politically, but anyway, let me explain this. If you say help, which means he should skip. If you say hurt, you should say he should comply. So I'll change, I'll put that, I'll make it clearer for you in case the wording was complex. Help / skip, hurt / comply. So please just be clear about
Arnab,
that.
your channel has already manipulated the result.
Vijay Nair, my question is, Akshay Marathe. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. Did Arvind Kejriwal and Vijay Nair, the main accused by the ED for arm twisting liquor manufacturers, were they or were they not very, 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 very closely working with each other?
Who was very, 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 very closely working with each other? Ajit Pawar and Chhagan Bhujbal, who were working on an irrigation scam that Prime Minister Narendra Modi talked about before they got into an alliance. They were working very, very, very closely. But who was supposed to send Mr. Ajit Pawar to kissing and beating, and now they are in the loving alliance. That is Bharati and their proposal
to justify liquor scam. Don't use Ajit Pawar to justify liquor scam. Don't use Narayan Rane and Himanta Biswa Sarma to justify Kejriwal's liquor scam.
Himanta Biswa Sarma, Suvendu Adhikari, Pema Khantu.
Why don't you file a habeas corpus petition against Suvendu Adhikari? Jao na. सुप्रीम कोर्ट का दरवाजा खटखटाओ, रिपब्लिक चैनल पर बैठकर रोना धोना
ये
नहीं
बहुत
करो।
अच्छा एग्जांपल है एरोगेंस का।
Why don't you believe in the
जाओ
law?
कर लो।
If you do believe in the law,
कुछ भी कर
go and walk on the
Akash
beach
ji.
of the
Arnab, can I
Supreme
come in
Court.
with your
Don't
permission?
start crying on national television and making reckless allegations at the Enforcement Directorate. Enforcement Directorate has the
No.
powers of a civil court. It is a statutory body.
I have a further question. I have with me the letter, ladies and gentlemen, written by Arvind Kejriwal to the Enforcement Directorate. Interestingly, Akash, Deep and Rajat, at the very end, point number 12, he says, in the meantime, I would be happy to respond to any questionnaire if you seek any information/documents which are in my knowledge/possession. Which means that if someone gives him a written questionnaire, he can give scripted answers. Which means, Akashdeep, that he's worried about unprepared answers. Which means he is worried about getting caught. You get what I'm saying? So it reveals a state of mind in my view.
Arnab
Yes.
ji, while you
Yes,
being a
Akash.
psychologist, I want to
Why
tell
does
you
he
one
say
thing.
that? Why is he okay with a
I
written
don't-
questionnaire and not a personal appearance? Everyone on. Why is he, question being Akashdeep, why is he okay with a written questionnaire and not extempore questions answers?
Arnab, what is
Arnab
Arvind
ji-
Kejriwal accused
अर्नब
of?
जी मुझे
What are the
समझ में
charges
नहीं आता।
against
एक मिनट
Arvind
मराठा साहब
Kejriwal?
मुझे बोलने दीजिए। एक मिनट मराठा साहब। अर्नब जी मुझे समझ में नहीं आता कि आप देख नहीं पा रहे या देखना नहीं चाहते। पीएमएलए एक कानून है जो लाया गया था मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इन टेररिज्म एंड नारकोटिक्स के लिए, और आज वही कानून ओपोनेंट्स के ऊपर डाला जाता है, सारे ओपोनेंट्स के ऊपर डाला जाता है और उनको फोर्स किया जाता है कि तुम मेरे साथ आ जाओ, नहीं तो तुम जेल में पड़े रहोगे, कभी नहीं निकल पाओगे। बेस्ट एग्जांपल है छगन भुजबल, 2 साल जेल में रहे, फिर बीजेपी ने फोर्स किया ईडी के द्वारा कि भाई इधर आ जाओ, फिर वो इधर आ गए। बीजेपी ने ईडी गई कोर्ट में और बोली कि हमारे पास वो पिटीशन हो गया है, और आज इसके बाद भी हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि भाई अरविंद केजरीवाल को जाना चाहिए, सदन के पास है, नहीं जाना चाहिए।
खारिज क्यों किया इसका
छगन भुजबल, अजीत पवार,
संजय सिंह की
शुभेंदु अधिकारी, ये सारे लोग कितने समझ इनको मिले, मैं जानना चाहता हूँ।
केजरीवाल जेल जाने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं,
छुपो मत।
यहाँ बैठकर आप जितना चिल्लाएं
मैं समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ कि ना कि आज हमारे देशवासी देख नहीं पा रही या देखना नहीं चाहते। ये अमृतकाल है, ये अमृतकाल है जहाँ पे कि ना कि ब्लैकमेल किया जाता है ऑपोजिशन को, तुम मेरे साइड आ जाओ नहीं तो जेल में डाल देंगे। चाहे वो शिंदे ग्रुप हो, चाहे वो छगन भुजबल हो, चाहे वो अजीत पवार हो, चाहे शुभेंदु अधिकारी हो। मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ, हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है, कितने समझ गए उनके पास, कितने समझ गए उनके पास। देखो ये जो महिला है वो चिल्लाती रहती है, पर वो आजादी नहीं देगी बोलने के लिए। ये आपका लोकतंत्र है, ये आपका अमृतकाल है जहाँ पे नहीं आप लॉजिकली ना सोच पाते हो ना देख पाते हो। मैं आज आपको बताना चाहता हूँ ऐसे लोग अंधे हो चुके हैं। देखिए आप इस महिला को, आप इस महिला को देखिए, ये नहीं सुनना चाहते कि नहीं। ओके मैडम, मुझे एक बात बतानी चाहिए, छगन भुजबल आज जेल में क्यों नहीं है? अजीत पवार के ऊपर केस किसने डाला? भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने डाला, ईडी ने डाला। आपके अरे मनीष सिसोदिया छोड़ दीजिए, आज आप गारंटी दे दो कि मनीष सिसोदिया अगर आप ज्वाइन करते हैं तो वो डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं बनेंगे। गारंटी दे दो, लाइव टेलीविजन पे हिम्मत है आज तो गारंटी दे दो। देखिए देशवासियों, ये गारंटी नहीं देंगे क्योंकि उनको पता है कि कल मनीष सिसोदिया इनको ज्वाइन कर देते हैं या उनको डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर बना के उनको दिल्ली की कुर्सी में बैठा देंगे, जैसे उन्होंने अजीत पवार को बैठाया। 70 करोड़ के स्कैम वाले को डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर किसने बताया? भारतीय जनता पार्टी। चिल्लाते रहो, चिल्लाते रहो, चिल्लाते रहो, चिल्लाते रहो, आपका कोई भविष्य नहीं है मैडम, आपका कोई भविष्य नहीं।
केजरीवाल के चरण चुंबक ये बताइए, आपके केजरीवाल इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं दे रहे? केजरीवाल के चरण चुंबक और चमचे ये बताओ, केजरीवाल इस्तीफा क्यों नहीं दे रहे? जब उनके खिलाफ आरोप लगे हैं इतने गंभीर, why is Kejriwal still sticking to his chair like glue? Why is Kejriwal still sticking to his CM chair like glue? If he has the moral high ground, then let him resign. दूध का दूध और शराब का शराब हो जाएगा. केजरीवाल को इस्तीफा देना चाहिए. जब इतने गंभीर आरोप लगे हैं,
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं, क्या उनको चीफ मिनिस्टर से प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनाओगे? डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं बनाओगे? डिप्टी प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनाओगे? गारंटी दे दो.
केजरीवाल की दुहाई दे रहे हो. केजरीवाल की नैतिकता का सर्टिफिकेट बांटना बंद करिए. केजरीवाल
किस तरह के लोग हैं ये?
केजरीवाल
सुनना चाहते हैं.
Kejriwal is
on the debate, everyone on.
Ajit Pawar. Is he a criminal or not? Tell me.
Debate is on Kejriwal. You are out of syllabus.
Tell me.
If
Shameless creature. Shameless joker.
Of naitikta left in him, an iota of political credibility left in him, an iota of the moral ground that he espouses so passionately left in him, let Kejriwal resign. हिम्मत है? केजरीवाल इस्तीफा दो. हिम्मत है?
Arnab, I can say
इस्तीफा देने की हिम्मत नहीं है.
I would not have had
बीजेपी को भाषण
courage to
देना
come
है.
and defend Ajit Pawar on national television like Sanju Verma does. I am very amazed and impressed by the courage that BJP shows in defending Ajit
But
Pawar
I'm
on national
certainly
television.
asking Kejriwal to resign because the Supreme Court has
She is not defending Ajit Pawar. She is defending
338
corruption
crore of money
of
trail
Shubhendu
was
Adhikari,
tentatively
of
established.
Ajit Pawar, of
The
Chhagan Bhujbal,
excise
of
commissioner
Hemanta Biswa
of
Sarma.
Delhi
She is a corrupt
has
person.
clearly
She is
named
a
and
corrupt.
shamed Manish Sisodia.
आपने अपना
The
टैक्स भरा
excise
था?
deputy commissioner
Tax
has
भरा?
named and shamed Kejriwal. Manish Sisodia's personal
understand.
Okay, now Sanju and the AAP spokesperson. Akshay C.
has named and shamed Kejriwal.
Akshay C. Akshay, listen here. Akshay, listen. Listen here.
Abhishek Boinpalli
A question, please. A question, please. Now, Sanju, 1 minute. Sanju, please stop. Now, the question being here, that the only way that I know within the law is to respond to the summons and counter it very strongly. Very, very strongly. And I'll tell you, law-abiding citizens do it. See, when I called Sonia Gandhi, Antonia Minor, she got
thrown behind bars the moment he goes
they gave 100 summons to me. I answered them. I used to sit in a police station from morning to night. Once I sat in a police station till 4 in the morning and came back at 7 in the morning. Right? So, people who are not scared, answer the questions, give it back and come back. Now, my question is, Rajat, my question is, I'm not preempting whether he is guilty or not guilty. But what I'm saying here today, Akshay, 1 minute, let me get Rajat in. What I'm saying is, suppose Arvind Kejriwal says it is wrong, I did not attend to a FaceTime video call with the prime accused Samir Mahindra. I did not transfer 100 crores from the liquor policy to my Goa election campaign. Right? I did not work with my personal assistant Bibhav Kumar in the process of the scam, and I did not meet YSRCP MP MS Reddy of the South Group to discuss the liquor payments. If Arvind Kejriwal says I did not do all of this, then Rajat, the ED will either confront him with evidence that he did, present other testimonies contradicting him, and make him respond to them. That is the proper way. And if Kejriwal has done nothing, he should say I did nothing, and if anything you present against me is wrong. It's as simple as that.
Arnab, ED examination
It's
is not a take-home exam.
Rajat, please, Rajat.
Arnab, ED examination is not a take-home exam. It is a serious investigation which is done. There is some level of sanctity associated with it. When he comes in, when he's called into
With
question,
Ajit Pawar and
he will
Chhagan
be...
Bhujbal, where is the sanctity?
Aditya Marathe have the
Where is the
decency,
sanctity
okay?
with
Just
Ajit
shut
Pawar
up.
and Chhagan Bhujbal?
Just shut up. Just shut up.
Where is
Aditya
the
Marathe, let Rajat reply for the first time.
Pawar and Chhagan Bhujbal?
Akshay Marathe, let Rajat reply for the first time.
Just shut up.
Where is the sanctity? You
Have
tell
the
me, where is the
decency to
sanctity?
Speak on a national
1 versus 1.
television.
Rajat replying to Akshay Marathe. Rajat, please continue.
Self-righteous.
Rajat should be allowed to continue. He's come in for the first time after 20 minutes.
Aditya Marathe, just shut up.
No, where is the sanctity with Chhagan Bhujbal and Ajit Pawar? I don't understand.
Just shut up, Aditya
Where
Marathe.
is this
Just shut
sanctity?
up.
Where is the credibility?
Just shut up, Aditya Marathe.
Are we fooled?
Aditya Marathe, just shut
Are
up.
we fooled? You will
Rajat,
say
continue. Please stop.
We have to
You
listen
make
to nonsense. Where is the credibility?
Shut up.
Where is the
Shut up your
sanctity?
mouth.
Where is the sanctity? You
Shut
tell me
up,
where is the
Aditya
sanctity?
Marathe, shut up. Aditya Marathe, shut up.
Where is the sanctity with Ajit Pawar and
Akshay Marathe.
Tell me, what have you
Akshay
done?
Marathe, not Aditya.
Aditya Marathe,
How much
just
money
shut
has
up.
Chhagan Bhujbal given you?
Do you know English?
Akshay Marathe.
Shut up, chup raho, मुंह बंद करके रखो.
like this?
मराठी में
How
बोलो
much
क्या?
money have you
मराठी
got
में
from Chhagan
बोलो.
Bhujbal?
चुप रहो.
No personal comments, no personal comments.
He needs to have the decency, otherwise don't call me to debates with such monkeys and donkeys out there.
अजीत पवार को बोल के दिखाओ, चुप रहो. यहाँ आके
चुप रहो
दादागिरी
आदित्य
आम आदमी पार्टी
मराठे.
में मत करो. हिम्मत है ना,
डिबेट करो आदित्य.
हिम्मत है तो जाके
अजीत
बोलो
पवार
अजीत
जी के
पवार को
साथ
कि तुम
में.
चोर हो, तुम चोर हो, तुम चक्की पीसोगे. हिम्मत है तो बोल के दिखाओ.
Indecent, foul
यहाँ
mouth
आके
will
बकवास
come
मत
in
करो.
to give cover to Arnab, to Arvind Kejriwal. This is what they're doing. I had a decent sort of a commentary
giving
here,
cover to
but
Ajit
they
Pawar.
had to
What
butt
about
in
that?
because that is what they're paid
Why
for.
are you giving cover to Ajit
Can't you
Pawar?
take interest?
Akshay, let him. Akshay, listen. Yeah, you listen. You have made the Ajit Pawar comment about 8 times. Is it fair of you that after 20 minutes of the debate, after 8 interventions of yours, when the 4th panelist comes in for the first time, that you should heckle him in his 8th word? It's not right,
But
Akshay.
not once has that.
That's why
comment
he's
been addressed.
frustrated.
Just shut up, Aditya Marathe.
Not once has that
Yeah,
comment
but
been
let him.
addressed.
shut up,
Okay, so
Anybody
let him
address
at
the
least
Ajit
make
Pawar
his
question?
opening
You
remarks,
Arnab,
man.
I'm not going to speak.
Let him make his opening remarks, Akshay. Come on, Akshay. What is this? I don't expect this from you, man.
Arnab, see, the point is very limited. Why is he skipping this?
Please continue
interrogation?
now.
You know, because he will be put face to face with Vijay Nair, which will directly contradict a lot of statements or a lot of positions which with Arvind Kejriwal would have come prepared with. He would be put face to face with Sameer. There will be a lot of contradictions between the two assertions, and which would be ground enough that he's confiscating evidences or he's not being truthful, which creates enough ground for ED to step in and arrest him. This is the reason why he wants to clearly disregard the established norms of ED. There were a category of corrupt politicians in this country, like Madhu Koda, Lalu Yadav, Suresh Kalmadi, all of these people. This person has gone a notch below these people. Those people had the decency to face the investigative agencies and address them, look them face to face and accept the verdict. This person doesn't even have the decency. You know what the argument of the fellow Aam Aadmi Party person came? He said, no, Kanun kharab hai, law is bad. How can Arvind Kejriwal be bad? Arvind Kejriwal is above law.
What is Ajit Pawar's relationship with BJP? Why are
this
they
is
in
the
bed
kind
together?
of argumentation that we are seeing. He's my college senior. I hang my head in shame.
What is Sharad Pawar's equation with Kejriwal? What is Sharad Pawar's equation with Kejriwal? Sorry, 1 minute. What is Sharad Pawar's equation with Kejriwal? What is Sharad Pawar's equation with Kejriwal?
Why are you defending Ajit Pawar?
Is it true that Arvind Kejriwal nowadays works very closely with Sharad Pawar, who he once called the most corrupt person in the country?
Why are you defending Ajit Pawar?
Sonia Gandhi also. He said that Sonia Gandhi should be in jail.
I'm not. I've always been critical of Sharad Pawar. I'm asking you, what is the relationship between Arvind Kejriwal and Sharad Pawar? Are you too embarrassed to admit it?
And why is Arvind Kejriwal seen in
Are you embarrassed? Are you ashamed of your close working relationship with Sharad Pawar?
Why is Arvind Kejriwal falling into the feet of Lalu Yadav? Isn't he a convicted politician?
I'm only asking you a question. You feel something bad about your relationship with Pawar, right? Sharad Pawar. Why don't you want to talk about the Pawar senior? You want to hide the equation you have with him.
Gentleman's relationship with Ajit Pawar?
You don't want to admit how closely you work with Sharad Pawar.
Falling in the feet of Lalu Yadav to get his blessings.
Why is Ajit Pawar?
What about Lalu? He's a convicted. Forget everybody else. Lalu Yadav is a convicted politician.
Why is Ajit Pawar, who was supposed to be
convicted politician? What was Arvind Kejriwal doing hobnobbing with Lalu Yadav? Lalu Yadav.
4 of them into the debate.
Why is Ajit Pawar and Narendra Modi, who were abusing each other?
Narendra
Modi said Ajit Pawar has done a 70,000 crore rupees scam and then made him deputy chief minister. Why? Where is the answer to that? Why is the BJP struggling to defend themselves?
Akshay, intervention from Sanju.
I have a small intervention. Okay.
Sanju, how many are you also giving a long row? Would you give a 1 minute? My issue is, would the government also give any other Aam Aadmi of this country, and not just Hemant Soren and Arvind Kejriwal, 2 times, 3 times, up to 7 times you give summons, they keep replying. Why? Why do you let Arvind Kejriwal? No, why do you allow Arvind Kejriwal to behave like a VVIP? Any other person would have been arrested by now. But in Kejriwal's case, you keep sending him love letters. Why?
Akshay Marathe has made zero sense throughout the debate. He's been going on yapping Ajit Pawar's name umpteen times without making any coherent point. Now, Akshay Marathe, listen carefully. You asked about Chhagan Bhujbal and you asked about Ajit Pawar. Now, since you made,
Yes.
a reckless allegation, I need to say this to you. Under the Constitution, under Article 32, any Indian citizen, if he or she feels that the courts have been unfair to any third party, either by way of unfairly, detaining somebody, arresting somebody, or there's an unfair trial, Article 32 of the Constitution gives you as a bona fide Indian citizen, which I assume you are, the right to enforce your fundamental rights and go to the court and file a habeas corpus petition in the Supreme Court. आपको यदि तकलीफ हो रही है that Ajit Pawar is out, Chhagan Bhujbal is not in the jail, is not in lockup, I request you to use your powers under Article 32 as an Indian citizen, go and file a habeas corpus petition in India Supreme Court rather than sitting and crying on national television on Republic. And trying to justify your Aka Arvind Kejriwal, whose days are numbered. Give me an answer. Where has the 338 crore disappeared? The Supreme Court has said 338 crore worth of money trail has been established. You don't seem to be answering the question. You are out of syllabus. The debate today is on Kejriwal skipping the ED summons. The debate is not on Bhujbal. The debate is not on Ajit Pawar. Stop indulging in whataboutery. You should be ashamed. When you arrested Mantri Badal, immediately after he joined the BJP, did the BJP cry on national television? No. When your Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab arrested Sukhpal Singh Khaira of the Congress, you said the law is following the land. So when you arrest Sukhpal Khaira, law is following the land. When you arrest BJP's Manpreet Badal, law of the land is being followed.
Viewers, I think, however, having said that, I think you're giving too much of a long rope to Arvind Kejriwal and Hemant Soren. And I believe the ED should not give such a long rope to politicians, because if it does that, it's setting a dangerous precedent, and everybody getting an ED summons will now ask for a series of letters to be exchanged and months and years to be passed, which is not right.